that little pistol freaking electronic smoker
Oh,
thing.
I have no idea what that was,
Oh,
but that looks in fucking insane.
it's like,
I'm afraid of that. I don't know what that was, but I'm afraid. This week on Trees in Space, Jason and I watched the 1981 rated R comedy crime Nice Dreams. I'm your host, Nate, for this episode, and with me, as always, is the ambitiously handsome Jason.
how you doing, everyone? I just got a little confused because it said crime, and I'm like, I mean, it's a druggy movie. I mean, does it really fall into a crime? I mean,
Well, the police are after them,
or
or
like, or see, I don't think they like for half a second. Tell our wonderful listeners what this movie's about.
well, this movie is Cheech and Chong House is Lit.
Ain't funny, is it?
It's about Cheech and Chong. They house sit for a marijuana grower and rip off the crop. Stalked by the Keystone style cops, Lost Guys have a series of encounters with LA area characters even weirder than themselves. I don't know what this fucking means.
Uh, Two things.
What is this?
I totally forgot there were cops. I mean, yes, there were like people followed them because there was giggles or a guy who never spoke a word.
No,
Um,
he was very
uh,
horny though.
yes, he was, but I forgot about him. Stacey Keach plays the lead cop, and I didn't understand the whole side thing, but I don't know why I thought they were in Miami. I just put them in Miami the whole time, and it took me a minute to figure out what was going on in the film because they were pushing marijuana, but it wasn't theirs because obviously they went to that one guy who was, and they were still in it, obviously.
Yeah.
But I was like, why is this? Who? Who? Because they go to their house and they have their own plants. These huge plants, by the way.
Yeah,
Um,
your buds are so big, you're gonna need to get your training bra, is what Cheech point.
Your buds are getting so big. To get you a training bra.
yes, it was. It's just a silly slapstick druggy movie about them making their money, and apparently they made $17 million in 3 months.
3 months? That's a little much.
I'm like, how much do they push? But they did that, and then Chong, being the intelligent person he is, gave the money to Paul Rubens, who wrote him a check for the $17 million. And they spend the movie trying to get the check back, even though I think we're about 30 minutes into the movie before they even happen.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. My favorite part of the movie was the whole restaurant thing. That was my favorite restaurant up until Animal comes to the hotel. Uh, that whole 25 minutes of movie, I that's my favorite part.
I laughed at the Cheech bench press.
Cheech.
Yeah, when he gets the
Oh,
dumbbell,
when he got
the
yes,
bit
yes.
second, he's like just trying to get up, and Chong's like, "You're not even trying, man.
Right.
You gotta put."
Chong is I love Chong. Chong is great. He's just I mean, dude,
And
we saw a lot of ball sack in this movie. When he's climbing on the window and
oh,
or
I
the
mean, I saw
elevator.
Chong's huge hog.
I see Chong's. I saw Cheech's ball sack.
I
I'm not
saw
sure if it was him. It was probably an actor, but
I saw more Chong because when he walked out of that bathroom, you just I was like, wait, is that a big ass bush? There's no. Oh my God, there's a penis.
when he got off the bed before they did the threesome, when he got out of the bed and went to the bathroom, that's the only time I saw him like even halfway naked.
No, there's a scene where he's coming out of the bathroom as the camera's kind of panning in from the outside. I
Oh,
wish I could show this on YouTube, but use your
you can,
imagination.
but you have to blur it out.
Yeah, I'm not that good.
Yeah. I can do it. But you know what? I don't want to look at the man's Peter, so it's all good. But I saw Cheech's ball sack the whole time. He tried to climb up there with his foot, his his brown hole and everything. Then he jumped into the water, I mean, all that stuff. And of course, girls' boobies are hanging out of it. There's a lot of nudity in this movie.
Yes, there is. I love the helicopter scene. Dude's like, land it. Let's land. Look at those boobies.
Boobs. Yeah, exactly.
They're so
So what
pink
was
nipples.
happening? So they're being tracked by the police, and there's one cop that's like really overzealous, and there's one cop that doesn't say anything, and then the chief of police gets the marijuana, and he goes, "No, I'll take care of it," because he's a pothead.
Yep.
Which it's hard to explain this movie. See, and this is where I think you went wrong, Nate, my friend. Uh, you went with the Cheech and Chong's like fifth movie or something, not their first movie, which I think is Up in Smoke. So we should have started with that, because I don't know their characters like this. So I don't know what I'm looking at. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I I've only seen really Cheech and Chong movies when they were on Comedy Central.
Mm.
I can't remember what they were. So when I was like, yeah, let's just pick a Cheech and Chong movie, I was like, Nice Dreams. Yeah, why not? 1981. They've been doing this for a little bit. They know what they're doing.
I did like how it was Nice Dreams because they took a ice cream truck and put it in on top of the ice and then changed the C to a D for dreams, DR dreams, ice cream,
Yeah.
and Nice Dreams, and how they're selling their pot through ice cream cones.
Yes.
I mean, I thought that was pretty ingenious. And I don't know, for anyone out there, maybe they can tell me that little pistol freaking electronic smoker thing.
Oh, I have no idea what that was, but that looks in fucking insane.
It's like,
I'm
what?
afraid of that. I don't know what that was, but I'm afraid.
Because I was just like, that's the coolest thing I think I've ever seen as far as like a device that can smoke.
What do you
I
think
mean, I was
about the
just like,
fact that the strain turned you into a lizard?
that's what I'm saying. I don't get it. I didn't realize that was going on. The dude that was making the
Yeah.
marijuana at some point in time, not even him, was it Chong that brought the cigarette, the joint down to a lizard and then put it to the lizard's lips and then pulled it away, and the lizard actually blew out smoke.
Yeah.
I mean, that was pretty creative how they got that to happen. But I didn't realize that was supposed to be a person at some point in time.
Right. And the scientist was turning into a lizard because he was smoking the weed. That's why he's so spacey. And Cheech was like, "Hey man, I'll let me talk to him." And Chong's over there, but yeah, filling the
A
bath,
whole
barrel.
a 55-gallon barrel of pot, and he's pulling it all out like it ain't nothing. Do you think it's supposed to be like a metaphor, saying that this marijuana is so strong that it turns you into like that's your mindset when you're smoking this? You think that's what the idea was? You think they thought that much into it?
I mean, I'll go with it.
Tommy Chong wrote this movie, in case you didn't know.
He
So
directed it
I think,
too.
oh, okay. I think he writes most of their stuff. I guess Cheech wrote it
No,
too.
this was his first directorial debut.
Okay. I mean, I saw Cheech and Chong from my memory from Cheech and Chong. They were Cheech and Chong.
Yeah.
Cheech is Chong's the idiot, and Cheech is the horn dog, and
You
that's what
know,
I got.
it's a little funny. The I see Silent Bob in Chong.
I can see that.
You know, he just the mannerisms behind it. You can see there's an influence, I think.
Yeah, very possible. I always see some things they were doing, and I see us in those situations. If we went out and did something, you being more the Chong of the what, man? Especially if you're like under, you're like, what? It's all good. And if I was I'd be more like, come on, man, we need to get the hell, you know. I could see us being like that.
The restaurant scene. Oh, don't
Mhm.
I know you? Oh,
Yes,
you're Jerry Garcia.
that was wonderful. She might have been my favorite character. I
And,
loved her.
and then she swipes, and Chong's like, man, she just stole our food.
Ooh, that was wonderful. They
Did you
stole
see?
our food. Did it
Stole our
twice.
food. Took my plate.
Took the whole thing again. And she goes, we all make mistakes. I thought you were him, but you're not. But screw him. You're you, and you're allowed to be you. And that's okay. Fuck
I'm an agent.
you. I'm an agent. I'm a lookalike agent. And that was funny because he goes,
Let the phone
I'm
ring 20 times because it takes me that long to get to the phone booth.
so, but I'm working on it. You know, and it's like,
Sorry I am. Don't feel bad you're not him.
Oh,
He's
no,
him and you're you and
yeah.
you're fine just the way you are.
Yeah,
You know? Forget about him. I want to meet you. My name is Sydney and I'm an agent.
Sydney.
I am an agent here.
How can you tell? Huh?
And guess what? I handle lookalikes.
You do?
Yes.
Oh, great.
And if ever you are hungry or sad and lamenting, starving, I want you to call me.
Oh,
I'm
wow,
gonna give you
yeah.
my card.
Oh, sure.
that's Jake Garcia. I'm Santana. You. This is like, God. And then they go underneath the table and they start snorting the,
Powder.
snowman. Yeah, they're all like under there. They all pop back up with this white stuff all over their faces. And like I said, the restaurant scene was wonderful. I
Yeah.
thought I mean, and that girl, what, Donna?
Donna.
Yeah. I don't shame. I don't slut shame here. She's I did. I don't know sure how I felt about the fourth wall break when Cheech goes, okay,
Oh,
oh,
yeah.
what? Okay, raise your hands if you would do this. And then he's like, what? If you wouldn't do that. Oh, fuck. It's like, because he knows that 90% of the people are not going to take advantage.
Right.
I think they say rectified itself when they showed up and she was conscious
Yes.
at that point in time. But dude, and then animal. Did you stop the video? Because I stopped the video when she's on the phone with her husband and goes, "This animal's my husband," whatever. And then they showed the picture of animal and they wanted. Did you stop to read what that said
No, I did not stop, but I tried to read it. I attempted to read it quickly.
as it played? Yeah. Well, I had to stop it. I rewound it and stopped it because I wanted to read what it said. Obviously, it says hates Mexicans. That was pretty funny. She's on the phone. I got a Mexican here to kick your ass. But it says all these terrible things, grape and sexual assault or SA. I probably have to mute that part. Sodomy, incest. I mean, it goes all the way down, and it says larceny. What's the other? What's the not the big bad one, but the when you say something about someone that isn't true, liable. I was like liable, and it kept going. And Obama says, "Flip over for more" or something like that. That's the weirdest thing. Turn it over. I thought that was hilarious. Um, and he comes back in after getting into the water, and he goes, "Let me in, man. Let me in." He goes, "I almost got killed, man. I almost got killed. Who? I don't know, man. Someone that was an animal. I don't know. Well, let me in. It's open, man." Oh, okay. I didn't understand the ending at all. The trip they went on. I don't know why that wasn't there.
Yeah, I got nothing there. But I think we need to go ahead and move on to what the audience thought about this movie with the 5-star and 1-star or less reviews. The first 5-star review comes from Unknown. Cheech and Chong are the greatest comedian duo since Abbott and Costello or Laurel and Hardy.
Okay, I don't know if I can argue that. I mean, how many comedy duos are there in like the history of cinema? You tell us.
Ooh, even better. You do the research.
Yes. Okay. The first 1-star or less review comes from Cody Zamboni, Cody Zamboni Z. Movie is stupid and not in a good way. Unfunny. Everything seems to be made up on the spot and improvised. Way boring, with scenes that run on way too long. It was 87 minutes long. Come on. They probably could cut out about 10 minutes here or there, but like the ending could have been cut completely. The whole whatever.
Dancing at the club.
Yeah.
Um, you know, I I already forgot everything you said about this movie. So the next 5 star comes from Unknown. One of my favorites, one of my all-time favorites. Much love to Cheech and Chong. If you like laid back, slightly slapstick, funny movie, then light up, sit back, relax, and enjoy a good time.
You notice how he said light up because I think you kind of have to do that to really appreciate them. Because, I had a friend in high school that was very much like Chong, very much like Chong. I never knew really Cheech, but, and yeah, he was, I would say it was because he smoked a lot of dope, but I mean, a lot of other people smoke a lot of dope and they're nothing like that. So it has nothing to do with dope.
Hmm.
The next 1 star review comes from Jeffrey G. Low grade sophomoric humor suitable for morons. Couldn't even finish it.
Well, fuck you.
Guess I go fuck myself.
uh, the last 5 star review comes from, you guessed it again, Unknown. I seen this back in the mid 90s and couldn't remember hide nor hair of this film. I finished watching this on Saturday and just loved it. I have to be been chuckling about a few gags I will not spoil since then. Funny story, great bit, hilarious situations, and plenty of bud smacking. An epic comedy classic.
I think this man was probably smoking a little when he wrote this, but Bud smoking is what I'm going to guess he meant to write. Yeah, I mean, cool. And the last 1 star review comes, Unknown has come from the 5 star reviews to do a 1 star review.
Oh my God,
So,
what a traitor.
I know.
Bastard.
Unknown by 81's Nice Dreams, the joke had run its course. Sure, Larry is here, but his arrest for the stash in his daughter's panties in 1965 is a better laugh. Former Groundlings alumni have moments, but this is milking a dead teat. Unfunny, uninspired, dull.
Wow.
Just, I will write down the more you know for some of that. Because I know what Groundlings are. I know who they are. So
Same.
okay.
But that seems really harsh.
It does, and I don't know what the stash in his daughter's panties in 1965 thing is from. I'm very concerned about that.
Yeah. Well, the WTF review comes from Unknown. It was a 3 star, and I picked it from January 5th, 2009. First Cheech and Chong film I ever saw. I was 8.
I wish they would have wrote down when they saw it at 8, because if they watched it at 8,
No matter what,
they were
it's a rated R movie. What parent is letting an 8-year-old watch this movie?
well, I'm just saying, like, was he 8 and 81? Was he? Because I'm thinking he's me, like my age. So
You
that
still
stands to
what?
reason.
At 8 years old, you should never watch a rated R movie.
Yeah, I stands to reason though for us, Xers, our parents, whatever. My mother used to drop me and my sister off at the movie theater to go watch The Evil Dead. I'm like 9, she's like 11. So my mom let us in, they let her go watch it. But anyways, but there was no bud smoking, no titties in those. But anyways,
Well, now let's
uh,
find out what the Rotten Tomatoes and the audience have scored this movie. The Rotten Tomatoes scored this movie at 50%, while you at home, the audience, you all scored this movie at 68%.
okay. Generation of potheads, I guess.
And now it's time for Jason and I to go ahead and give our ratings of this movie. I will kick us off. I will not recommend this movie to my surgeon. I feel like this movie could probably be missed, but it's worth watching. The more we talked about it, it actually gave it an extra stump. Um, it had some really good parts. Like I said, we talked about the kitchen or the restaurant scene, um, the mental institution scene part, or the freaking the rooster cawing in his face. Like, oh my fucking god, that would have scared the shit out of me. Like,
John's like,
so for those factors, plus there is both types of nudity, so you get a boost there. What was going to be a one tree movie is now a one tree and a stump movie for me.
okay, see, I found this movie delightfully entertaining. I thought the acting was superb. I thought the script was phenomenal. I would absolutely recommend it to every. I'm freaking lying. I don't know why I'm doing that. I would not recommend this to my surgeon. I would not want my surgeon to think less of me, especially if they're going to operate on me. I enjoyed it though. I think our first dive into Cheech and Chong, we may. I mean, at least it wasn't things are tough all over, whatever that is, because that's terribly bad. But anyways, we're not talking about that movie. Talking about this one. Um, but I did have some laughs. It it it's Cheech and Chong. You can't really go wrong there. If you just want to, like the one guy said, just sit back, light up, and enjoy something funny for an hour and 20 minutes. Turn it on. It does get a boost because of nudity. Gotta love that. I was starting this thing at about one tree, one stump. It is now two trees.
No way, really?
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy. Well, you heard it here, guys, gals, peoples of Earth. We I gave it a tree and a stump. Jason gave it two trees. Let us know what you think about this movie. Go ahead and drop a comment down below. Please feed our algorithm monster. We could really use it. Share it with your friends. Um, until next time, we'll see you Monday morning, 7 a.m. Eastern. Take care, everybody.